The World Trade Center is bombed. Thousands die in the Rwanda massacre. The Russian space station Mir is launched. Bush v. Gore ends with a Supreme Court ruling. The first iPod hits the market. 2,996 Americans die on September 11th. Wars with Afghanistan and Iraq are launched. Google becomes a household name, and Waynesboro gets a Walmart and a movie theater. There is a history in all men's lives. So far, in our class's 13 years of education, history has been written for us. We watched as adults have made the decisions, as wars have been fought, as scandals have erupted, as our papers have turned into Word documents and our pens into keyboards, as American Idol has run for 10 seasons, and as Sanjaya and Snooki have become celebrities. Soon, we of Waynesboro High School and of schools all over the country and the world will be the leaders and supporters of the new global community. Often I hear from teachers and mentors that we are a lost or lacking generation. Our focus, they say, too narrow. Our work, shallow. Our mindsets, misguided. We push when the door says pull, and we do not realize we are singing to our iPods in public. This generation, it is said, cannot compete with the students of other countries like China and Korea. But everywhere I look, I am inspired by the abilities and aspirations of my peers and of the great variety and skills that we as a school and as a community possess. I met a senior who, given a list of symptoms, could arrive at a plausible list of medical diagnoses faster than Dr. House. I met a local senior who is choosing to take a job at an architectural firm so that he can pursue what he loves while following his passion for writing. I met a senior from Northern Virginia who, having suffered cancer herself, raised $75,000 by starting a local event to support children with pediatric cancer and their families. Our generation does not lack. We are adapting to the world around us with creativity, with drive, and with educations that former students did not have. The greatest complaint made against us says that we are apathetic. Let us be inspired by our scholars, athletes, community members, and teachers to get involved. Let us be given the chance to test our full potential and revolutionize the world around us. Let us learn from our mistakes. As Ralph Waldo Emerson famously said, we will walk on our own feet. We will work with our own hands. We will speak our own minds. As students, we are finally being trained in Emerson's vision as American scholars. We are taught to act on our thoughts and beliefs and to create value from the worthless. In teams, we can create empires and prevent disasters. From our community, we simply ask for encouragement and support. And yes, in return, we can stop texting at the dinner table. Among our social networking and tweeting, we will enter the world prepared and motivated. Look toward the future with hope and expectation. After all, now we, the class of 2011, have the future on our shoulders.
Good morning again. It is my honor to introduce our guest speaker, Corey Clark. Corey graduated from Waynesboro High School in 1995 and from JMU in 2000, with a major in history and political science. In high school, Corey was a dedicated student and an involved community member. He participated in governor's school, as well as school clubs like FHA, Modern Foreign Languages, environmental, and beta. He was also a member of the football teams at both Waynesboro and JMU. Corey is now an independent contractor for Herff Jones, a company dedicated to high school memories. In the 1995 WHS yearbook, Corey included the following senior quote: "Always remember to go beyond the norm, never give up, and take it to the limit one more time." Please join me in welcoming Corey Clark.
Yay!
Thank you, Ben. Principal teaching, members of the school board, teachers, parents, friends, and graduates. It is an honor to speak to all of you today. In my work with schools, I have found that sometimes the best way to get the attention of students is to start with a little something like this. So even though it's been said already, congratulations to the Waynesboro High School class of 2011. Now, I'm sure we both feel better that we've gotten that out. I know that you've done a lot of work to get here, and I'm the only person standing between you and the end of high school. So I'll make this as short, sweet, and informative as possible. Like Ben said, I graduated from Waynesboro High School in 1995 and JMU in 2000. The experiences I had at both institutions will never be matched, and I could not find a time in my life that I look back on more fondly. I'm here today to let you know, while your high school life is over, you are just beginning the next chapter of your life, whether it is in the workforce, the military, or college. Today I am here to let you know a little something about the real world and what you can do to lead a life of bigger and brighter things. I was born and raised in Waynesboro to young parents who did what they could to raise two sons on a limited budget. We encountered the same struggles and obstacles a lot of families do that deal with low income. However, I took those hardships and used them for lessons in life. I knew I never wanted to live again like that, so I made changes. I graduated from high school with the best grades I could and committed myself to college and a better life. Since graduating college, I've held 3 incredible jobs that have allowed me to see the world. To name a few places, I visited the Grand Canyon, Mount Rushmore, and the Golden Gate Bridge. All thanks to work. I was lucky enough to see the basketball, baseball, and football halls of fame, which is a big deal to me. If there's a big city, for example, Philadelphia, Dallas, Seattle, New York, and Kansas City, I've been there. However, my favorite adventures have been trips to Mexico, Canada, Puerto Rico, and even Guam. And I can tell you now that looking at me, going to Guam is quite a sight to see for people out there. My favorite parts of these trips were being able to call my mother and let her guess where I was that week. Buying a salt and pepper shaker and bringing it home to my mom to add to her collection. None of this would have been possible without the plan I established after high school. I believe this plan that I will share with you got me to where I am today. Comedian Robert Orban once said, "A graduation ceremony is an event where the commencement speaker tells thousands of students dressed in identical caps and gowns that individuality is the key to success." While individuality is the key to success, it's not the only one. So let me share with you what, I think can help lead to a successful life. Whatever course you choose after graduation, you will always hear the same thing. Life is always enriched by challenging yourself and your expectations. What exactly does that mean? When you strive to be more and do more with your life, you will find success. While success is defined in many different ways by many different people, the simplest explanation I could come up with is this. Success is finding something to do with your life that leads to happiness, wellness, and the ability to acquire by our own means those things that are essential and that which we desire. Most choose one of 3 options after high school: the workforce, the military, or college. If you join the workforce straight out of high school, you'll start out at the bottom of the pump. But the good news is that you'll immediately be making money and paying bills. Making mom and dad happy because you'll move out of the house forever. I understand that it's easy to come to places to work. I've been there before. While it may not be easy to clean bathrooms or file data at your first job, it is not forever. Just remember that if you devote yourself to the work, opportunities for promotion will open up to you. Now, to all of those brave men and women out there that are joining the military, let me be the first to say this on behalf of myself and everyone here today. Thank you for what you will do and the sacrifices you will make, and please come back to us safely. I have a friend in the military who told me that his experience in the military has been very similar to that of his time in college and the workforce. You see, he did both. He started out at work, then went to college, and later in life, in his 30s, decided to join the military. He says that he enlisted, went through boot camp, learned the tools of the trade, and found a specialty that he enjoyed. The main difference, according to Kevin, is that you do all of this while being yelled at by officers and shot at by the bad guys. And he agrees with me that if you devote yourself to the work, opportunities for promotion will open up to you. Lastly, if you're going to college, the process may take a little longer, but I promise you the payoff is phenomenal. You've probably heard a few things about college. Yes, there are plenty of new people to meet. There are places to see and parties to go to. But just like in the workforce and the military, you have to have a plan. You'll be there for 4 or 5 or 6 years. So take the first year to discover what you want to do in life. And once you find that answer, select a major. Take your classes, graduate, and find your dream job. If you cannot find your dream job, then take a job that will lead you there. Just remember that if you devote yourself to the work, opportunities for promotion will open up to you. And I think we can all agree by now that working in a job with low stress and high pay is a great thing. So there you have it. All you need to know about life and how to be a success, right? Right. If only it were that easy. There will be bumps in the road, no matter which path you choose. There will be ups and downs, lefts and rights. There will be 1 step forward and 2 steps back. But as you experience these obstacles in life, it is important to remember that once you've set a plan in place, whether it is in the workforce, military, or college, you need to stick with that plan. If you do this, I promise you that you'll be successful. Make money, get that big house, that nice car, move out of town, or stay right here in Waynesboro. All you have to do is believe in yourself, set goals for the future, and stick to the plan. I promise if you do these things, you'll have everything your heart desires. With that, I would like to quote a man I consider a hero and a much smarter man than myself. Do you remember the conversation we had about how a man shouldn't have to work until he gets older? He should be able to dress any way he wants to, and he shouldn't be judged on how he looks. Unfortunately, that's not how the world works. What they see is what they think of you. In order to be who you are, you have to play the game. And I think by now, you understand that. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2011.